These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Tracking the latest right now after a pedestrian is hit and killed in Chandler. DPS telling ABC15 a man got out of his car on the ramp between the 10 and the 202 just after midnight. That's when he was hit by a truck. Driver of that truck did stop and try to help until paramedics arrived. That pedestrian sadly later pronounced dead at the hospital. ABC15 working to learn more after a teenage boy was killed in a shooting in a remote area near Tonto Basin late Saturday night. Gila County deputies say they found two 15-year-old boys shot in the head. One of them was pronounced dead at the scene. The other was airlifted to a hospital. Deputies tell us about 7 people between the ages of 15 and 20 were at the scene when the shooting happened. They're still working to learn what led up to it. An update this afternoon to a deadly shooting that left 2 Peoria police officers hurt and a suspect dead. Investigators now identifying that suspect as 23-year-old Jax Melwing. Both officers have been released from the hospital and are recovering. Shooting happened early Sunday morning near 91st Avenue in Grand after reports of a man breaking into cars. Investigators say Melwing tried to get away and nearly pinned 2 officers between cars. The Salt River Project is considering a plan to raise rates. If approved, most customers would see a monthly bill increase of about 3.5% starting next November, but it will depend on usage. The utility hopes price hike could help support upgrades to the power system and other costs. The proposal would also include new pricing plan options. SRP will be holding open houses to discuss the proposal on January 7th at the Glendale Community College Student Union and then on January 9th at the ASU Polytech Student Union. The election is over, but the legal challenges are just beginning, particularly with Arizona's Prop 139, which writes abortion rights into the state constitution. Passed by a wide margin, while Prop 139 went into effect last week, the rights within it don't go into effect as easily. Lawsuit is required to overturn the current 15-week abortion ban. Chris Love, an attorney for Prop 139, says they'll begin the work on overturning some 40 laws that restrict abortion access in Arizona.
We're going to be in court for probably the next couple of years, fighting to, actually get those things removed.
The Center for Arizona Policy, a group that's fought to add abortion restrictions in the state, posting on social media. Governor Hobbs celebrates those who value the sanctity of human life at all stages weep. A state of education follow-up now. Arizona Attorney General Chris May is announcing 2 new indictments for empowerment scholarship account fraud. May says a man and woman submitted applications for real and fake children in an effort to steal state education funds. In a statement from Arizona Superintendent of Public Instruction Tom Horn, saying in part, as a former Arizona Attorney General, I am determined as superintendent to eliminate any fraud within the ESA program. Horn says it was his office that brought the case to the AG's attention. Tonight at 6, our Eleni Dow takes a closer look at today's new indictments. It's an issue the ABC15 investigators have covered in the past. You can find those reports online right now at abc15.com/investigators. Phoenix Park now temporarily closed. Multiple city departments have been dealing with drug use, homeless camps, and illegal activities for years now at Hilaria Rodriguez Park. That's near 28th Street in Van Buren. Now the city says they are closing that park to provide relief to the neighborhood. City hopes to reopen the park by April 1st. Sure appears Sunday lived up to the hype as one of the busiest travel days of the year. TSA officials releasing a list of this year's busiest travel days, and yesterday came in at number 1. More than 3 million people were screened at airports across the nation. Most of the top 10 days were summer travel days.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens. We've got a warm start to the December here in the Valley. Highs in the 80s, and tomorrow could even be record-breaking. Our forecast here in Phoenix, 82 degrees. The record is an old one dating all the way back to 1940. 81 degrees is that record tomorrow. It looks like we could easily tie or break that here as the warmth continues. High pressure keeping things warm, but we also have this little area of low pressure offshore. This is going to jet in here and kind of bring the temperatures down just a little bit as we head toward the middle of the week. We are going to see temperatures back in the 70s Wednesday through Friday, and then the next storm system over the weekend and early next week, tracking well to our north, will help bring temperatures down even a little bit more by Sunday and Monday. So here's your 7-day forecast. That record-breaking 82 tomorrow, highs in the upper 70s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, then a drop to the mid-70s for Sunday and early next week.